Hi, happy day. Just, hi, happy day. It is, what time is it? It's 8:03 a.m. on January 11th, 2025. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miriam. I say stuff, and people like to hear it, for some reason. No, dear, you're supposed to be here for whatever reason you're here. You're gonna hear the things that you hear. You may not even hear the words that I actually hear, but for some reason you think I'm saying something, and you're gonna hear it anyway because it's like literally just coming at the right noise or coming from the right face or just hitting enough of the chords that you're able to find the answers within yourself. That being said, last night I had the most sporadic sleep. Like I slept. I'm good at sleeping, but it was still I was up and I was asleep. I was asleep and I was awake. I was asleep and I was awake. Love everyone as I say this. And it was just kind of like tossing and turning. Not necessarily anxious, not anything. Just like kind of like, okay, well I want to get into this position. And I want to get into this position. But it was so interesting. By the time I finally like go ahead and like, you know what, I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna go be up for a little bit. I ended up being up for about an hour or so. But I grabbed my phone to see what time it is. 3:21. 3:21. And so I got 3:21. And if you're here, you might be seeing 3:21 as well. And if you are seeing 3:21, that is a reminder of doing some shadow work. Okay? It's the it's the going backwards in a path almost. You go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and that's a good sandwich, I'll tell you what. So yeah, you did the 1, 2, 3. You went and you traveled. But the only way to go, like to have fully something, there's some type of saying that I'm gonna put your, but it says something along the lines of, you haven't ever really been anywhere until you go back. You haven't ever really learned anything until you go back to what it was like being the at that point of your like uneducated self. Like in kindergarten, I learned this, and in this grade, I learned this. But if you were then to now, as an adult or whatever age you are now, go to back to kindergarten or first grade, it would be a lot easier than it was for you as a first grader or a kindergarten. And so I think there's been things that, especially at the end of last year, that you might have experienced where you were kind of falling back into like not necessarily habits, but like things that you thought you had gotten past. These worries that you thought that you had, or this like frustrations and stuff that you felt like you had gotten past, this nervousness or whatever it was, these doubts, this talk, this negative talk. And so it's good to know about these patterns because otherwise you're just be letting otherwise life is just happening to you and you're a victim of circumstance. But whenever you know that the waves ebb and flow, you're not gonna be like, oh, I got smashed in the face with the wave because you saw the wave coming. You weren't just like all of a sudden being ambushed by a wave. You saw the wave go out. Now you know the wave gonna come back. Go be the wave. Go be the wave. You know what I'm saying? So like as you're being the wave, that also changes things. Go ahead and make a sandcastle on the beach. Them waves gonna wash it away. You don't put it far away enough from the tide. What? I don't know where that analogy's going. It's 8:08 a.m. Look, whenever you go to this beach of yours and you are clearing your mind of all the people on the beach and you're clearing out this beach and you're cleaning up the trash that's in there, because sometimes it's not even people, it's like the remnants of what people left that have made this place a place that you find less fun to be at. The people aren't even there, but the proof of the people are there. So you're tidying up your beach. And now it's like you've gotten all those people out. There might be a few wanderers here and there, people looking for metal or something, and they still might be jerks or they might be great people. Who knows? You're not worried about that. The beach is mostly cleared of all these essentially egos in your life and these distractions in your life. And so now it's just you are able to see what the result of all those people being there was. And so all you're doing is just step by step, piece of trash by piece of trash, you know? And you're cleaning up your space, you're cleaning up your mind space, you're cleaning up your inner lake, you're cleaning up all those things that have like been dripping poison down to every other part of you, because like it's all starts here a lot of times. And if you're here, you're someone who very much probably, like, if you have a lot of air in your chart or something, or if you like you're an overthinker and you're intelligent, so you think about a lot of things all the time, all the time. So I know that you're kind of like, for the most part, trying to figure out the the smartest way to do these things, the smartest way to move in this world. And sometimes you have to let go of your intellect. They say ignorance is bliss for a reason. It's no joke. Quit knowing stuff. Quit being so knowledgeable on everything, because they do say knowledge is power. It is sometimes. Yeah, I mean, it is. Like, if you know the meaning of a word, if you're a lawyer and I'm not a lawyer and we're over here talking about law, that's going to be a lie. But if that same lawyer wants to talk about, like, the 12 laws of the universe or the laws of that to other things, we might have different abilities there. Not that they can't learn it, and not that I can't learn law. I think probably I don't. It just doesn't seem fun. It doesn't seem fun, and that's something too with the 3-2-1. It's supposed to be fun, because right now you're supposed to be at a 3. You're at the 1, 2, 3 level, but it's still a 3-3-6. 1, 2, 3 is. But 3-2-1 is a 5-1-6. Still a 6, but through a different method, through a different viewpoint. And so if you're going towards it, 3-3-6 for 1, 2, 3, 3-3-6, then that is the I'm fun, I'm having fun, I'm socializing, I'm co-creating, and I'm here in love. 3, social, co-creating. 6, love, marriage, family, desires, passions. Then you go 3-2-1, which is the 5-1-6. 5, expansion and growth and relief and change. 1, starting something new, trying something different. 6, love. Maybe the way that you've been loving is not the way you're supposed to be loving anymore. Maybe you're supposed to expand the way that you love. Maybe you're meant to help, like, feel the relief of love. And not just from a partner, but like from the universe. Like, you're gonna be loved by the universe in a way that, how did Jadina say it? Yeah, that it's like this trusting relationship with the universe. It really is. It's going to be like this thing that is new. You are being provided relief. You are starting this journey. And it is about love, and it is about how you treat yourself. 6 days, and if you pay attention to your attitude numbers at all, if you even know what I'm talking about, if you're on a 6 day, or if you're in a 6S, and especially in combination with the world, then on those days, they talk about family. Lights go off just now. They talk about family. They talk about marriage. They talk about love, but they also talk about self care on those days. Because if you're wanting to be a partner, if you're wanting to be um, a parent, if you're wanting to be, a caretaker, you have to take care of yourself, because if you're not doing well, you can't do the job, and then you're broken, like you're sick, and then you're not taking care of yourself, and that all stems from you not taking care of yourself. Because when it comes down to it, especially if you have this caretaker energy, no one's taking care of you. And if you currently aren't in a relationship with a partner who makes sure that you're taken care of, if you don't have family in your life who make sure that you're checking in with yourself, those other nurturers, then it is your job. And even when you do have nurturers in your life, it is still your job to take care of yourself. Because sometimes you're the one who's taking, and not necessarily, if you're just sitting here like, oh, I'm a burden, and I'm worried, and I'm worried, and I'm worried I'm going to be taking from somebody, you're most likely not taking from people. If you do feel like you're a burden, like, people can feel your energy. If you feel like you are upsetting someone, like, even if you aren't upsetting them, like, they can still ride your energy and then get there. It's just, I mean, literally believing that things are okay is all you're meant to do, and believing that you're allowed to have a nice, chill, fun time, you know? And I think a lot of times you don't feel like you can. You feel like you have to be serious, and you have to put on your big boy pants and your big girl dress and your zoot suits. The both of you. You have to put on your pants and then your dress and then the zoot suits on top of it. Otherwise, you're not really zooting. And so just be prepared. But you're gonna have fun in it, because it's gonna be pretty colors. There's no analogy here. I'm just off. I'm off my rocker right now. It's my 7 day, so my words are all over the place. Today will be another day of spring cleaning and reorganizing and moving space around and all that. I've had this steam cleaner behind me for a while. It's something I like about steam cleaning whenever I'm doing like the upholstery on a chair or something. Well, not steam cleaning, because it's not steam cleaning. What the heck? Carpet cleaner. There we go. Something I like about it. It's my mom's. I borrowed it from her. It has this wand, and so the steam cleaner could stay over here, and I could use the thing to steam clean. I remember always watching commercials and wanting to be able to use that, and like to be able to have something like that for my upholsteries and whatnot. And then somehow this ended up here. That tends to happen. Things tend to end up here. Granted, I have my mom. We have a small family. It's it's my mom. It's my dad, my brother. Like, those are the adults, and then we have kiddos, of course, because that's just how it goes. Kiddos in the family, but still a small family. And there's always like a tool, or like Even though our community is quite small, we still really make a lot of things work. Even if, and slowly, over this past year, really, really over the last few months of last year, there was a lot of growth in our community. You know, we're still our family, but there are people like we know our neighbors more. And we've been here in Colorado for a while, but we know our neighbors more. We know the businesses more. Um, and we're getting like know the and when I say know the businesses, I mean like know the people who run the businesses and like talk with them and like our people who work there, the cash register runner. What? I know what the words is. It's cashier, but I said cash register runner, y'all. Anyway, it's less words to say cashier. Even explaining that. Anyway. And so, slowly that's happened. And it's because each of us as family members have individually made our own connections. And then, because we're so close, eventually those people all meet. Like my best friend, everybody knows about my best friend in my family. And so then as my best friend became even more involved in my life and she was making connections, then slowly that community started to grow. And it's been this back and forth because also my best friend has people now, more people now, because she's military. So it's like, well, there's a lot of military people around in Colorado because there's a base around and then they start to scatter and move around after they've discharged. And but either way, she still kind of kept to herself. And now she's out there making connections. And so it has been one connection at a time. It has been these small things, but it was still this me trusting that people can have conversations without me there. People can, you know, they can do well in conversations without me there, you know? Like my best friend's very shy and or used to be, not so much anymore. That habit has been broken. And like now I'm like, oh my goodness, who are all these people? Good people from the community and good places to go and volunteer and good people who want to help grow and help other people and just be there on their journey. Um, and that's something that I care to do. You know, I don't necessarily know why else you're here unless you were the same way. Because quite simply, the test, my own experiments in my life, the only people who are welcome in it are people who are meant to be on this path and to help grow their community and heal their community. Not make people grow, just be available for whenever people do want to grow, to be that space and finding spaces like that and being a part of it. Like even if you're like, Sensei, oh, I'll wash the mats and then please I'll do it for free. And then all of a sudden you're working there. You know, because you're just willing to show your dedication to a common goal. You are in this collective because you are finding a dedication to a common goal. And to be quite honest, the goal that I'm pushing for and that the people that we're talking to are pushing for is a utopia in a way that makes sense, that isn't All sunshines and rainbows, because when it comes down to it, people still gonna poop in the utopia. You know? There's still gonna be stinky smells in the utopia. People still get sick. People still need help. People still get angry. People still fight. That's life. But really, what a utopia is a place where there are all the abilities to help people get back to balance, get back to homeostasis. Homeostasis is a huge one of my favorite words from biology. It was like 8th grade biology when I first heard it, and it stuck. Homeostasis. I even have it taped on my desk. The word homeostasis. It's followed me around forever. And it's what I aim for everybody to achieve and to enjoy. Even myself, not all the way there yet, okay? Like I'm not I'm still a human being. And to be quite honest, like there's a lot of things that each of us can work on to like maintain it, because it's still something that comes from this act, this choice, this movement in a direction. And if you're moving in that direction, that's great. But then if you just stop moving in that direction, like the wheels stop turning a little bit. There's less movement. There's less motility. You don't get it. The digestion of things doesn't work as much. And sometimes, like, we're digesting so much, not even just food, but like spiritual stuff that we're learning, but also whatever is on the news and whatever emotions we're dealing with, or whatever news we just got personally. And so now you're on your beach. There's a lot less noise. There is still the remnants. There's still things around that you're like, oh, there's that, there's this, there's that. But it's okay. Because right now, there's not as many people making more trash. You can maintain. You can go through and you can pick stuff up. You can put in some hard work one day out of every 9 days, and like really just like, I'm spending 5 hours here cleaning. And then by the time you come back, since there's less people making trash, if you spend another 5 hours there, you're actually able to make really big dents and strides. Eventually, people start coming back to the beach. But because you have not only cleaned it up, you have also put trash cans in places that are more convenient, because you notice where trash is gathering. Sometimes based off of the wind, because it got picked up, so they keep getting caught in this little corner or something. So you put a trash can right there. So even if nobody else is cleaning up, at least if the trash is over there, it's easier for you to put it right there. You're not worried about what other people do. All you know is that you come to the beach and you spend 5 hours a day cleaning. And it's been able to maintain. People are coming to the beach, so the beach might get dirty again. But you'll spend 5 hours, and sometimes you'll let nature do some of the job too, which is sweeping the air, capturing it in certain areas. Maybe you even create a device at that point that is this trash beach catching thing based off of the wind or the tide, and then you're able to then all that stuff, all because you chose to dedicate this time and you were spending time on the beach and cleaning this thing and trying to solve this problem, and now all of a sudden you're an inventor. And that's what happens. That's how I ended up writing a book. That's how I ended up, like, it just happens to you. And sometimes life can happen to you in good ways. Sometimes you're not a victim of circumstance. Sometimes you are a victor of circumstance. Kiki Palmer. Not a victor, we are not a victim, we are victors. So I guess that's what it was. That's it. I'm done. That's what it was. Okay, I've got stuff to do today. Spring cleaning and such, and visiting people and all that jazz. So, bye. No, in the meantime, lovies, I am going to go do my stuff, and y'all are going to keep a lookout for the numbers, and y'all are going to stay synchronized. Oh, and yes, if you made it this far, hello, hello, hello. There's yesterday we experienced a sandwich number. We made a sandwich number together, and it was a good sandwich. I am actually going to take the time and edit it on here. Boop. And then also, it was 421-124. Ow! What a nice little variety of a sandwich, right? Of numbers. Um, and so thank y'all for all of your support and watching my stuff. And um, really, like, I mean, y'all are very interactive in the comments. And I try and be in the comments and I try and be in there. And, like, it just really is validating to see that my nonsense words mean something sometimes. Because, I think that y'all can understand this a bit, especially since y'all are here. That sometimes you feel like you're spitting bars or something, and it's just like really not landing, and people aren't able to hear it. Um, and that's okay. That's okay. I've grown to accept those things, um, because quite literally, the people who are meant to hear you will hear you. And in this case, we both are able to find like this connection and validation over the internet, we're interneting. Um, so it's really, really cool. And so, yeah, I have a Patreon, and here's my 4 patrons. I'm also going to do that edit too, since I'm doing the other edit. Um, and thank you all as well. Thank just everyone. Just in general, hi, I'm thankful. Did y'all notice that? Because I said thank you. Anyway, keep looking out for numbers. Stay synchronized.